Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm WoWcrendor and welcome back to another episode of World of Crendor, a show where I answer the questions that you ask me on twitter.com/Crendor or facebook.com/Crendor. And I'm always like, hey, I'm taking questions. Then I look at the questions and I find some questions and I answer the questions. So follow me in those places if you want to have a chance at getting your question answered. So let's begin. First question comes from Matt Kramer, and he asks, what class are you leveling up first in Legion? So I figured I'd take this opportunity to talk about Legion. I'm going to be leveling my Priest, which is what I've leveled pretty much like forever. And I'm going to be live streaming it with Jesse. There are a lot of questions about that too. I am going to be live streaming with Jesse on launch night. Both of us will be streaming, and I don't know if we'll put it up on YouTube. Probably put it up on YouTube. I mean, why not? He might put up like the full VODs and I might make highlights. I don't know. I might put up the VODs as well. It just kind of depends how it goes. Or if I can make anything like funny out of it. Either way, that's what we're planning on doing. I also have, over on the EU servers, a guild with Sam, Gmart, and Benji. And I have a no mage over there. And then after I level my priest, I'm going to level my no mage. So I'll have an alliance on EU and a horde on NA. So that's my plans for Legion. And then I'll probably level my druid on NA as well, just because I like my druid. So those are my three main characters I plan on leveling: priest, druid, mage. Not in that order. It's priest, mage, druid in that order. So that's my plans. Check it out. It'll be great. Next question comes from Charles Wolf, Charles Wolf Truitt, and they say, what's your favorite change to the game with the introduction of Legion? And I can already tell you, it may seem obvious, but it's that there's no more garrisons. I couldn't stand garrisons anymore. Like, everybody's like, are you playing WoW? And I'm like, I'll try it. And then I'd log on and be in a garrison. And I'm like, I can't do it. It just, I said it so many times, but it just felt like a phone game. And when you're playing a phone game on the PC, I'd rather just have they could have just made it for the phone, really. They could have been like, manage your garrison from your phone. And I probably would have played that more. But, it's alright. We're going back into the world. It's gonna be fun. I'm pumped for it. And aside from that, I'm excited about all the new zones, because I made all my zone videos and I liked every zone I went to. There wasn't a zone that I was like, this was okay. I legit liked all of the zones. So I'm excited to see how the quests play out in those zones, because I'm sure that'll like impact my decision and opinion on those zones in some way. But as of now, I'm excited. And that takes me to the next question from Matt Tapp, and Matt asks, any more plans for the Boar Thrills series? Yes, definitely yes, because much how I just talked about how I like all the new zones, that makes me want to make a video about the new zones, which makes me want to do like Boar Thrills in those zones, because when I do Boar Thrills videos, Orc vs. Wild, it's me just kind of going around the zone, planning out like what he's going to do, and then finding things along the way and being like, that's a thing I can make funny, or that's a thing he would do, or you like, it's just fun to path out all that in the new zone and then put it all together. So I'm definitely going to be making more Orc vs. Wild videos here in Legion. I also plan on doing Pointless Top 10, of course. That's just obvious. And then I was watching some of my older stuff, and I want to do what NPCs are thinking again, because I feel like a lot of Legion NPCs are gonna be doing just weird stuff that I can make fun of. I also think I can do I feel like I can do the series better now than I could a few years ago when I was actually doing it. I don't know why. That may just be like my mentality maturing a bit, or just, I don't know what it is, but I had the urge to like do that again. And I also wanted to make another how to win at video. And if fans ran WoW, those two things. So I got a lot I want to do. It just depends on what I'm feeling after I level up in Legion and explore all the zones. I feel like Orc vs. Wild will probably be first. But we'll see. Next question comes from... oh, wait. We'll do this one anyway. It comes from Preach Gaming. And Preach Gaming asks, why does your underwear smell of Christmas? Great question. It's actually because of my deep love for the Christmas season. And what better way to spread love and Christmas cheer than to spray your underwear with Christmas scent? And really, I don't know what I'm saying, but that's how I answered your question. Thanks, Preach Gaming. Great guy. Go check him out if you haven't. He's a YouTube. All right. Thanks. Next question comes from Matt Smith, and they ask, favorite game to chill out and relax? And this is going to seem a little odd, because most people probably think it's like just some blatantly chill game, right? Like, oh, Stardew Valley or, you know, those types of games. But my favorite game to just chill out and relax with is Madden. And it's been like that for a while. But Madden, I play franchise mode. If you don't know what Madden is, it's NFL football. And I don't actually play too many of the games. I just like playing the franchise mode and kind of simulating. And then I'll play some of the important things, which is great this year because they added a mode where you can just play the big moments of the game. So the games take like 20 minutes instead of like 45, 50 minutes. So that's great. I love that. And you can even like sim through that if you want as well. But Madden, it's just my chill out game. I love sports. I love probably the NFL the most out of all the sports. So it's just kind of, I sit down, I go into that. I'm like, all right, I'm going to play like a simulation owner or whatever. And then I just simulate seasons and I manage the roster and I draft people and make trades and free agents and all those fun things that I find fun. And that's just, it's relaxing to me. So that's my chill out game. I'll probably stream some actually, the new Madden 17 because I've been having fun with that. So twitch.tv/Crendor. Moving on. Robert Moran of U-Realms, Old Man Willikers, asks, FMK Wizard Edition, Khadgar, Gul'dan, Medivh. So, essentially, bang, marry, kill. Thanks, Rob. We got Khadgar, Gul'dan, and Medivh. So, I think straight up, I would marry Khadgar, because he seems like a caring guy, right? If he had to do that. And then, Gul'dan, Medivh. Tough choice. I would bang Gul'dan. Because... think about it. You have a chance of becoming just some like crazy demon person, right? At least I think that's how it works. You got a slight chance of just becoming some like super powerful demon guy, right? And then Medivh's kind of like, I mean, he's kind of a demon too, but he's not. I don't know. I don't really like Medivh. So, thanks for that question, Rob. Moving on, Landon Erickson asks, did you ever listen to any of the old podcasts and radio shows about WoW, like Nordrasil, Old Yogg Pods, or WoW Radio? That's how I found out about Total Biscuit. Believe it or not, I used to listen to Blue Please on WoW Radio, and I was just like, oh, this Total Biscuit guy is so cool, so funny. Oh, wow, this is very entertaining, very, very entertaining. And then as I started doing YouTube, I'm like, oh, wow, he does YouTube stuff now. And then, before you know it, I'm, just drinking wine with him. That's essentially how it works. You just find him on the radio, internet radio. Then you just get on a podcast. And then you go to his house and play some board games. And then you drink wine at dinner. Essentially, the timeline is now complete. So, that's what I listen to. But I don't listen to much anymore, like podcast-wise. I do listen to all our like Cox and Crendors, even after I know how they're going to be. Like, we listen to them in the car, me and Toaster Woman. And it's a weird thing because you know how the episode's gonna go, right? Because like I was in the episode, so I'm like, oh man, here comes the funny part. But I don't know why I enjoy listening to it. I guess that's why a lot of people like listening to it. That means it's good, right? If I myself listen to it again, it's like if I watch my own videos multiple times, I'm like, oh yeah, I did this. So I'm like someone that didn't actually know what happened or put like work into it would probably really enjoy it. That's a good way to judge content, I think. Whether it's YouTube or Twitch or whatever podcasting, it's like if you want to listen or watch what you've created multiple times, I think that's a great sign that you're doing something right. And at least it means that you're happy with what you've created, I think. So, great tips there. Great tips. Moving on, we've got NCZ Butt 98, and they ask, I just started college. Do you have any tips for a freshman? It's been a while since I was in college, and I only went to community college, but I mean, community college, it's still like pretty close. I went to a pretty big community college too, but I went there for like 2 or 3 years, and it's not super different from high school, like class-wise, but like the main things are you don't really know as many people. You go to a class and it's like nobody's like, hey, we're friends, or like the little cliques that high school has and everything. It's more just I don't know. It's like it's still that in a way, but it's more adult and it's less people caring, if that makes sense, right? Like there's still little friend cliques, but they just don't interact with anyone else as much. At least that's from my experiences. There's still people that essentially like are high schoolers, just in a college environment. But most people are more grown up in that environment. And then I liked it because I could get coffee and they'd let me bring it to class. Or you can bring your laptop in. That's when I played Pokemon on the laptop. So it's like a more adult high school, but it's still school. I think TV shows and like all those movies and everything, they kind of hype it up to make it seem like something it isn't. It's still pretty much high school, but it's like an adult high school, and you have a bit more openness and freedom. However, that can be a bad thing because the amount of people that take that newfound like freedom and just do things like, I just partied and I'm not going to go to class today because I don't have to, and then they end up failing and dropping out. I've seen quite a few of those. Mine was just I played video games and didn't do anything. So I still did better than I did in high school though. So if that take that for what it's worth, I did better in community college than I did high school. It was more fun. Either way, you'll be good. You'll be fine. Alexander Hoemke asks, do you ever approach other content creators for collaborations or wait for them to approach you? That's a good question. I used to reach out more than I did. It kind of depends on what you're doing as well. I think that's the big thing, is it just depends on what you're actually working on. So, for example, Jesse reached out to me years ago, and he was like, you want to edit this World of Warcraft video? Because he knew I made machinima stuff, so I'm like, sure. And that's how we met. While for things like fishing with Crendor, I reached out to people, and I was like, hey, you want to be on this show where you can fish with me and WoW, and we'll just talk about random stuff from World of Warcraft and nostalgia and all that? And they're like, yeah. So it's a lot easier said than done, however, because when I did fishing with Crendor, obviously I've already like built up my YouTube channel and made a lot of connections. So I'm like, hey, this person, you want to come be on it? And they're like, oh yeah, I know who you are, sure. And oh yeah, I've seen you in real life, right? Like that's so a lot of it is actually making real life connections as well as just growing your Twitch or YouTube or whatever you're doing. But at first, it was mainly just me making videos, but I didn't really need other people to like collaborate with back then, because I would just do my own voices, do my own writing, do my own filming, all that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, so it goes both ways is what I'm trying to say. But the main thing is just meeting cool people and then being like, yo, let's work together. Sometimes, you'll find people that you never would have thought would be cool to collaborate with, and then you collaborate with them and you're like, wow, dude, that person's really cool. I like them. So, yeah. Next question comes from Andy. Andy asks, what are you looking forward to most in Season 2 of Overwatch? I'm looking forward... Mainly, I'm excited that it'll be split again between quick play and ranked, so that there'll be less of a jumble in quick play in general. I'm also happy that in Season 2 there's no more coin flips. I'm very happy about that. And then I think the new ranked system is going to be really cool. I think it's a bit more like the League of Legends, StarCraft rank system, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy they're getting away from the numbers. It just reminded me of like ELO, like the old ELO system, and it's like, So, I'm happy with that. I'm excited, and I love Overwatch. If you enjoy watching any Overwatch things, I mainly stream Overwatch, twitch.tv/Crendor. That's probably the game I stream like 50% of the time. The other 50% is just random. So check it out. And finally, Mr. Bigglesworth asks, what kind of machinima do you plan on making in Legion? Well, I kind of already talked about this, but again, Orc vs. Wilds, how to win at something. I don't know what I'm going to make it about yet. If fans ran, whatever, because I always enjoy doing the fans ran WoW. And then, what are NPCs thinking? Pointless top 10. And, yeah, I plan on doing a lot with Legion, because Draenor just like sapped the life out of me, or just drained the life out of me, World of Warcraft wise, at least after like a couple of months. And I've been really excited just for new content, just to get back into that type of thing, because I still enjoy doing it. It's just I haven't played it enough to really make videos about it outside of like pointless top 10 stuff where I'm like, look, trees, So I'm pumped. I'm ready. Let's go do the Legion again. Jesse and I will be streaming it and probably putting up videos of it, so that's gonna be fun. Launch night. I think he's twitch.tv/Shabuzi, and I'm twitch.tv/Crendor. So go check us out there if you want to watch on launch night. And yeah, thank you for listening and watching. And if you want to follow me on twitter.com/Crendor and facebook.com/Crendor, you might get your you might get your question answered next time on WoWcrendor. Okay. See you.